takes.
I am him.
Cut it out! It ain't funny!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel.
We do have a video of him with his nips out.
Yeah, my picks have been shit this year.
Changing it. Oh, he's taking it off.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into this edition of From the 50. We are live here from the St. Louis, Missouri studios. TJ Weber, the great Zach Zook, and Big Web, we got you on the road. We got your audio, don't we? Hello, Big Web. Big Web! No, we don't have him, Zook. He's not there.
He's gone? He dropped out before we even started.
He gone. That's where he's at. He gone. But, you know, we'll get it going. I'm not sure why I can't hear him. Well, let's see what we can do here on, I love when, people are on the road. It changes stuff. Big Web, you there? Hello.
I can hear you. Can you see me?
Okay.
We got you. Internet's brutal there, but that's okay. We're going to hear you today, and you'll be live on the show. You guys get involved. From the50.com. Big Web's pissed. What's going on, Big Web?
I'm going to buy a truck with a big antenna and just do my own thing. Forget about the internet. We'll make it happen.
That actually wasn't too bad right there.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Big Web, can you see me?
Nazi Zach Zook.
Well, I'm in your chair, and I'm going to fart in it.
Oh, wow. That just got graphic.
Just clean up after yourself, man.
There you go. There you go. Text in right here on From the 50. We are live actually on TikTok and on Instagram today. So we are not on the Weber Bets channels. We are live on From the 50 YouTube, From the 50 Instagram, and From the 50 TikTok. You guys are live with us. You guys can call in from the50.com. Get involved right here on the show. Week 9 of the NFL. Very odd week. Some really, really good matchups, including the one going on right now with Kansas City and Miami. Well, it was expected to be good. And then you got some others, but a lot of shit games today.
Yeah, it makes it hard to pick, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of shit games today. I don't really know as far as betting goes. There's a lot of favorites at home, not a lot of home dogs today. Just a weird week where San Francisco's on a bye, the Lions are on a bye.
Yeah.
Just one of those weeks that you kind of want to forget a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
go ahead, Big Web.
You got about what, 4 key games where you got head-to-head stud teams playing against each other, and then you got 3 critical teams that are on bye. So everything else is shit. You know what I mean? Because when you put all that together, it really is.
Yeah, it's bad. It's just one of those weeks you got to try to, like you said, tease your parlays a little bit. You try to get alternate spreads, try to get you through the hoop a little bit. It's an odd week for sure. It's just I think the picks are going to be interesting as we get closer to the end of the year for a week like this. Like this is where everything could be messed up. Where a guy like Nick Yale last in the standings, but he goes 5-2, kind of gets him back in rhythm a little bit. Still 9 back, but he's back in rhythm a little bit. So this could be a game-changing week for the panel, game-changing week for sports betting, and I don't know. This is odd. Let's just say that it's odd. And I did what any gambler is pissed about. And right now I want to say a big fuck you to the state of Missouri for this. Not actually, probably 2 senators right now. The sports betting shit. My top pick on all my parlays today, the Los Angeles Rams. I didn't realize Stafford was out. On me. But the fact that I had to put my bets in on Friday because of fucking Missouri, kiss my ass. That's all I got to say.
Well,
That's right.
the one comment I was going to say about the crappy games is that's the one, silver lining of now me as a Packers fan having to watch them as a shitty team. I at least have rooting interest in one of the shitty games because my team is shitty.
Yeah, and honestly, that was my thing was I saw Rams were getting points. I didn't understand exactly. I looked into it a little bit, said Stafford was questionable. I'm not sure. He still is questionable, but he's not expected to play. So we believe in Brett Rippon. We were going to put all of our efforts behind Brett Rippon, and we're going to win this game today. Shout out to the great Dick
God, I
Vermeil.
hope not.
See, you just adapt. You put the bet down and you adapt.
That's all you can do.
That's just like me today in the Miami Dolphins. I'm just adapting for this late fourth quarter comeback. That's all.
When's the last time they've been shut out in a game? It's got to be like 5 years at least. Well, actually, they were pretty shitty in 2018 or something.
Dolphins?
Yeah, it hasn't been too long, has it?
I can't imagine it's been that long. I mean, they were coached by Adam Gase not that long ago.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess 5 years is probably the number. But,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody expected this. What was the over-under, 54.5?
Yeah, well, and I did see Miami did just score, so the shutout bid is over.
Oh, it is? Okay, I
But,
wasn't paying attention.
They literally just did.
In typical From the 50 fashion, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. I'm just kind of talking.
Well, you got a lot going on. I'm facing the TV, which is optimal. I now understand why Big Web likes this seat, because whenever we get the Europe games, he's got just prime location here to watch
It's
ball.
pretty legit. Yeah, absolutely.
So is it? I'm not saying that Miami's not going to come back in this football game, but they're kind of not doing well against the good teams, right?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
they're just, it's one of those things where every good team has struggled this season. I guess Philly's the one team, they have a loss, but they haven't really had a big stretch run of bad games like San Francisco has, Miami has, Buffalo has, the Chiefs have. The Lions had that got destroyed by the Ravens. So every top team besides Philly has had that game where oh shit, they might not be very good. But I think they're going to start turning it around. But yeah, I don't know. Miami, maybe this shows that when they play the top of the top in the playoffs, they're not going to be able to do it. I don't know.
They, to me, honestly, they remind me a little bit, and we'll see today. I think maybe this is a little unfair to the Cowboys because they've at least hung in these big games and won some of them in recent memory a little better. But if you look at the 2023 Cowboys, they it feels like they just overwhelm and just freight train some of these teams by 40, 50 points.
Yep.
But then they'll play better teams and not look nearly like the same team. That to me is the Dolphins. They throttle bad teams, throttle.
Yeah,
them,
for
'cause
sure.
They can't stop anything that they do, and then they go up against these true Super Bowl contenders, and it's a completely different team.
That's how I feel about the Lions too. Is everybody's Super Bowl or bust? They're 6-2. Let me tell you something. They have not been consistent. They've kind of escaped some of these games, and they're not playing great competition. The schedule is very much in their favor, which is awesome. Trust me, I'm not bitching about getting a chance to win the division, but you got a long way to go to be Super Bowl winners. I think they're contenders. I think they're a good team, but my God, man, you play against a team like Philly in the second round or something in divisional matchup, and you get just absolutely wrecked. Look out! It could happen. So
As a division rival, I'll say something nice about the Lions.
Oh, wow. How
They're,
about you?
They're, to me, why they, I think, are going to be able to hang come playoff time is that team is tough as nails, man.
Yeah, they are good.
So when Philly wants to take them into the alley and have a street fight, the Lions are let's go. You
Yeah.
know, they don't have the softness element to them that honestly the Packers have had. A lot of their playoff teams
Sure.
are not tough enough.
Sure,
So
that's what makes. I thought that's
They'll
what
be
would
able
have
to
made them
hang.
dangerous last year, and of course they couldn't sneak in. But I like the fact that they have a tough team. They're really good on defense. It's just there's so much more you got to get to. It's just a long way to go.
But if you look at the three best NFC teams, as Cooper chimes in.
Yeah, Cooper's live on the show.
Yeah, he sure is.
That's what happens when you don't have a studio outside your house. You hear your baby's crying, you hear dogs barking. We just battle through, man.
Cooper's our insider on the show. That's what people don't really fully realize. But
That's right. He gets
yeah,
hot
no.
takes.
If you look at the three top teams in the NFC, Niners, Philly, and to me,
Shut up! Shut up, Cooper. God damn it.
Niners, Philly, and the
dog
Lions,
barking.
they're all tough.
He
That's all I was
listens.
trying to say.
Every time I yell, he does shut up. He hears me. He knows what he's doing. Good Lord. You guys can call in if you want from the50.com at the call button, or you're commenting on TikTok or Instagram, send in your fantasy questions. Again, we'll have a fast-paced fantasy chat today where we'll kind of just go with fantasy only. We got our picks. We got our standings. All over the place. Nick Yale off today. He's not able to join us. Probably crying because of Mizzou's loss yesterday.
It's only the true MVPs of the show in studio today.
That's true. Yeah, the real hosts that give a shit about the shit. No, I'm just kidding. But
Big Web's face. I looked directly at Big Web on the webcam. He was like, "Okay."
yeah, well, you get it. You got to go on a trip. But we all made it here. I don't know, Zook. I mean, it's not like the studio's in my basement. I made it here. I don't understand. You made it here.
Yeah, right. I mean, Big Web can get his revenge on me during Thanksgiving and the holidays when I'm nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
or something like that.
as we do production on the show, live on the show, I am out next week. And I'm out the 11th of December, so I'm going to be in Soldier Field, Lions and Bears.
That's right.
It's going to be a hell of a game. Next week, I got a wedding. Not going to be able to make the show Sunday. Well, I can make it, but I can't run it. So, Zook, can you run it Sunday? Is that
When?
right?
This coming Sunday?
This coming Sunday. That's what
sure
we
I
do.
can.
We'll get to your fantasy questions. First, we need to check calendars.
Well, let me pull up
Talks about the show.
my busy calendar. No, we're at home. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, awesome. Well,
See, I didn't even have to check it.
It's perfect. This is why it's next man up mentality, Big Web. That's what we do around here.
You know, I was actually literally just thinking to myself, like, I thought, should I do the show from home? Because I got that equipment. I've used it like 2 or 3 times. I'm
Yeah.
not getting my money's worth. So should I be lazy and stay home? But so no, this is good. I'll get a chance to use it next week.
Yeah, it's good. It's perfect. All right, let's answer some fantasy questions real quick, and then we'll get into our overall standings and the pick standings. So let's go ahead and get to the quick, fast-paced fantasy questions. Let's answer this real quick. Big Web, we might tap you out on this depending on the internet situation. Daryl says Zay Flowers or Jacoby Myers. What do you think?
Myers.
I'm going Zay Flowers on that one.
Okay.
Aaron Jones or James Cook? It's from Trey.
Oh, Jesus. Aaron Jones.
That's tough. I'm going to go ahead and go with James Cook, I guess. Amari Cooper or Aaron Jones at flex. That's from Whitley. Oh, God.
Amari.
Yeah, I'm going to Amari Cooper, safer play. And Joku or Thomas, that's from Stam.
Michael Thomas, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Thanks,
Who
that's
are Saints
Stan.
playing?
I like the matchup against the Bears. That's who the Saints are playing.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm taking Thomas as well. Kincaid or Goddard, that's from Chase.
Kincaid.
Yeah, I'm going with Goddard, actually. Touchdown, tight end, touchdown parlay. We'll let you know what that is later on. DK or Olave at flex. That's from the Cooper movie.
DK.
The Cooper movie. I'm going to go DK as well. Start Puka or Myers or Gabe Davis or Douglas. That's from Matthew. Good
Puka,
God.
Myers, Gabe Davis, or Douglas.
Who's Douglas?
Oh, Harry Douglas.
Harry
For,
Douglas
I
that
think-
retired in like 2013?
No, maybe it's not Harry Douglas.
Harry
Whatever.
Douglas
He's
played
with
for the Falcons
He's
back.
with the Pats now that what's his nuts? Kendrick Bourne had an injury.
Well, I don't know who that is.
Not Harry Douglas. Demario Douglas.
Okay.
Do not start him. I would start Puka.
Puka is questionable. If he is playing, start him. If not, I would go Gabe Davis.
Schefter said he anticipates to play. Puka.
Beautiful, beautiful. But you got not Stafford throwing to him. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Tyler, Kupp, Mike Evans, Rashad White, or Aaron Jones?
Cup.
Yeah, you got to go Kupp. Especially if Nakua's out, I think Kupp's a good play. Sid Pollard for James Cook or Zay Flowers? That's from Zach Harrison.
No.
Don't Sid Pollard. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Nakua or McLaurin? That's from Snow White.
Nakua.
I'm going with. Man, I'm gonna go with Nakua if he's
Big Web's
healthy.
dying at the names.
Sorry, I meant Logan Thomas or Njoku. That's from Stam. I'm going to go ahead and go with
I'll go
Logan
Njoku.
Thomas. Okay.
What did it say?
I got nothing on what Big Webb said. Nothing. We're going to mute him for a little bit. Michael Thomas or Christian Watson? That's from Cole Webb.
Thomas.
I'm going to go with Michael Thomas. Hunt or Henderson PPR? It's from Dom.
Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson. Yeah.
Packers can't stop the run.
And there's no quarterback for LA today, so let's go Henderson. Mari or Garrett at flex? That's from Baby Jesus.
Garrett.
Garrett Wilson? Is that who that
I'm
is?
guessing, yeah.
Not Miles Garrett. He plays
That's
defense.
what I'm guessing.
Kareem Hunt or Brian Robinson Jr.? That's from Little AJ.
Kareem Hunt.
I'm going with...
Ford questionable.
Yeah, I'll go Kareem Hunt as well. Addison or Singletary in PPR? It's from Mark.
Oh, tough. Addison.
New quarterback scares me. Addison's the safer play. Go Addison. Which player needs to start? Which player to start? Puka, Ford, or Downs? Need 2. Oh, pick 2 out of the 3. Puka, Ford, or Downs? Zook.
I'll go Puka and Downs, Ford questionable, and Kareem Hunt eating into his workload.
Agree, everything you just said. Myers or Davis, half-point PPR? It's from Decor.
That's tough. Jeez, I don't know. Myers safer. Gabe, higher ceiling.
I am kind of high on the Raiders today. New coach, like total reset. Aiden O'Connell taking the team.
I
Fuck
agree.
it, dude. Let's go.
They get the
Myers.
one-game interim head coach bump.
I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Hubbard or Jones? That's from Zach.
Jones.
Chuba Hubbard or
Aaron
is
Jones?
Miles Sanders out today? He's been shitty. I just don't know if he's playing.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's back. He's just hardly playing at all.
All right. I'll go with Jones. Feelings about Bijan today? That's from Liam.
I think he's gonna do well.
Just play him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an automatic start until.
It's like Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like,
100%.
It pisses you off, but like TJ said, just gotta play him.
At this point, you just have to play him.
Just
and you have
gotta
to
play him.
accept what he is. He's either going to be sick and have the sniffles some weeks, or he's going to go off for 3 touchdowns. It's just the kind of player he is. So, all right, there's our fast-paced fantasy questions. You guys can send them in all show long. We're going up until 12 o'clock CT here on From the 50. So send it in via text here on TikTok or also on Instagram. You can also call in at fromthe50.com, fromthe50.com, and hit the call button, jump into the conversation. 2:07 left. What are your guys' predictions here? We'll unmute Big Web once again and get him back here. Zook, your predictions. Do you think Miami comes back in this game?
No, I don't. And spoiler alert, I hope that they don't because I picked KC.
And Big Web has them as their lock, correct?
Well, so I actually wanted to ask the panel because I was up, late last night tinkering with my picks for this morning.
Oh, pulling a Ruxin.
And yeah, exactly. So, and I couldn't remember if that was against the rules or not.
What's
I
that?
feel like
Tinker
Tolly.
Stinker time?
No. Picking the London game. I feel like one time last year or a couple years ago, somebody got all up in arms about.
I thought
game.
the same thing because Big Web has Kansas City as his lock today, but I believe we do that rule for the Thursday games.
Yeah, right.
Which
You
I
can't
broke
pick Thursday.
I broke that early this year, but I think I changed it. But I think you can do early games.
Yeah. I remember that Big Web member in our Saint Big Weber episode of the show a couple weeks ago that he had picked one of the games. So I thought, well, I'll pick KC, and if they don't like it, I'll just pick another one.
Same thing here, boys. Same thing here. You need to be honest. If you pick the early game, you better be honest. There's no screwing around. Oh, I didn't change this for me. No.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Hey, I had the receipts at like 2 a.m. post daylight savings time.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Before the game started.
Once you put your picks on the text line, unless you change it live on the show,
right,
then it's fine. But the Chiefs started obviously way
right,
before
so
the
you
show.
cannot change it. So
correct.
But yeah, no, I really do. I really liked the Chiefs today. I wish I could have given my take about this game because they were maybe my favorite pick of the week.
Yeah, 100%. Liam says Cowboys or Eagles today. I believe we're picking that game, so stay tuned. We'll get to that in just a second. Before we get to our picks, though, gentlemen, the overall standings. So last week. Let me get my standings board up here.
I just think it's funny while he's doing that, Big Web, he hasn't missed going to the overall standings once this year. Not once.
No, not
he's on it. Like the show script, like we've taken it to another level.
It's
this
part
year.
of the show. What's wrong with that? You got to go.
It's been a part of the show every year.
Of course, that's why I go to it.
No, you just happen to be all over the freaking thing right now.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. It's just the fact that it's part of the show. People want to hear the standings. I mean, I'm just a man of the people is what I am, All
right, go ahead. Tell me your record.
So guess who was in first place last week on the panel? The audience was first place last week on the panel. 5-1-1.
That was a big bounce back week for audience.
Big time bounce back week. For audience. Yeah, 5-1-1's very good. A reminder, by the way, when we start picking, you guys are involved in the picks now. You're on the panel, so you will spam chat your picks on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever you may be watching, and make sure you guys get involved. And then, again, you pick your dogs, your locks, everything with us. We keep track in the chat. Since Big Web's out, I'll take care of that today, and we'll get it written down. 5-1-1 for the audience. Me and Nick tied for second. Right behind the audience with 5-2 records. I am now 8-0 on locks, boys. 8-0.
Holy shit!
Is it 8-0? 8-0, yeah. 8-0 on locks. And then it is who's 4-3? Zook 4-3 last week, and Big Web still very close, 3-4. So a down week, I believe, for Big Web, but not too far off. The panel's still rocking and rolling.
I've been struggling in recent weeks. I had like the 6-1 a couple weeks in a row, and now I've been struggling. What's up, Big Web?
What's up, Big Web?
So you got, boys, here's where I screwed up last week. I would have been like at least 4-3, maybe 5-2 if I just didn't change. I changed 2 picks on the show.
You did.
I changed 2 picks on the show.
He tinker-stinkered.
He doubled up on the Bears.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like a NASCAR driver? He's winning the race, and he pulls off in pit stops, and he goes to the back of the pack, and he starts working his way back through. That's all we're doing here.
That's it. That's all it is. 100%.
Big Web is the against the Big Web is the ATS Max Verstappen.
There you go. That's it.
He doesn't even know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
The F1?
I don't know shit about F1. I did the media giggle whenever you don't know a reference. Like, yeah, that's a good one. Like, it happens to all of us. We're just like
a thing, yes.
Dad does the thing where it's a fake laugh. He goes,
Because you just don't want to hang me out to dry. You're like, oh, okay, funny, good one.
Yeah.
Dude, move on. Keep it
Who the
moving.
fuck
Keep
is
it moving.
that?
Yeah, Big Web sits there and like I'll tell a joke. I could tell it wasn't a good one. I caught on like a couple of years ago. He sits there and I go, yeah. So I had this video and I was making fun of this, and he goes, ha 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 ha. It's like, the fuck is that fake laugh?
It's kind of like the
bullshit?
adult version of like when your parents, like when you were a kid, they'd be like, "Yeah, cool, that's great.
Great
You
job,
know, like when
honey,
you'd
you're doing
show-
great."
When you'd show them something that they don't give a shit about.
Congratulations.
That's
on
that's
that.
the adult version of that.
Yeah, it's worse than
That
like
is
telling.
all everything you say is untrue. All of it.
I rather somebody say like, dude, that video sucks or that joke sucks, instead of be like, ha 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 ha. It's just so funny.
I gotta watch for that now.
Oh yeah, no, you'll once you see it, it's like breaking the ice. You'll never unsee it. Let's see. So last week again, pretty solid. Big Web, the only one under 500, but 3 and 4, not too bad. So with the overall standings updated, I'm still in first place, 37, 17 and 2. Zook is in
What a
second.
shock.
33, 21 and 2. Audience with a big week, 30, 22 and 4. Big Web tied with Nick for last place at 28, 26 and 2. Big Web now tied for last. What are your thoughts on that?
It's all good. Like I said, we just circle back. We're rest. You got to rest in the middle of the year and come and get them.
Okay.
So
Locked in. Here's the good news. The entire panel for the first time this season, I believe, is over 500. That's pretty impressive. You got to love that.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
All 5 of us over 500. That's pretty legit. As far as dogs go, Zook 6 and 2, Nick 4 and 4, Big Web 2 and 6. Oof, Big Web. I'm 6 and 2, Audience is 5 and 3, and then Locks, Zook is 4 and 4, Nick is 5 and 3, Big Web 4 and 4. I'm 8 and 0, and the Audience is 3, 3 and 2. So anyway, that's where we are for the overall standings. That's where we are for the picks last week. As far as the audience goes, we got a good race going on at the top of the standings. A lot of movement going on between 3 competitors. Kendall Wrestler in first place at 72. Again, this is counting Thursday night's game and the current game with Kansas City and Miami, so this could fluctuate. Kendall's got 72. K. Roberts, 71. John Jameson, 69. Nice. Chris Accord, Laura, Rodrigo, all with 68. Me, Amanda, Matt Costa, Michael Sherping, Terrence Johnson, all with 67. That's your top 10 in the overall standings. And again, a lot of these people are picking double-digit wins every week. Like, it's not easy.
Dude, it's
to
a
do that.
tough race. It's discouraging, actually, as someone that's not that good at this,
Yeah.
to keep on putting in my picks, but I do.
Yeah, 100%. We keep it moving. It's one of those things as a football picker, as a football fan, you have to understand that you're going to have bad weeks, and you got to keep moving forward. That's what we do. We just keep. What's that Rocky movie? Or
You got to be able to get hit and keep moving forward.
That's it. Let's cut that and put it in a promo. Got to keep getting hit and keep moving forward.
That said, I forgot to pick the Thursday game.
Go to work, damn it. That's all you got to do. Tie your boots.
That's it. Big Web needs that speech right now. I mean, Big Web, last place. You know, I'm actually in a weird spot. I love seeing Nick Yale suffer at the bottom of the standings, but I'll be honest with you. I want to see Big Web or you sign that damn board.
Nope, not going to happen.
Ain't happening.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Big Web, last place, Big Dog. I don't know. I mean, we got halfway through the season.
We're halfway through the season. Halfway's nothing. Halfway.
Just saying, if you do what you did in the first half, hello, marker. You know what I mean?
He just brought out the baby mimic voice on you.
No, that's when it gets real there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You guys get involved here from the50.com, from the 50.com. 7-point game, 1 quarter to go. It's going to be a good one. I know we don't have a lot of people watching because they're watching the Chiefs game. I get it. It is a hell of a game now.
What's the score?
Miami just scored. It's 21-14 Chiefs still. Raheem Mostert just got in the end.
Correct. That's correct.
Let's go, Miami.
There you go, 21. Do you have the over today, Big Web, or just Miami?
I have the over also. Well, how much time's left?
A whole quarter left to go.
Do we know what that closed at on FanDuel? I don't think it really matters. It was like 1.5 or 2.5.
I got it at 1. That's where I wrote up there. So that's where we marked it at. So again, it's basically, well, Dad, you're rooting for the Dolphins. You took the Chiefs as your lock in the picks.
I did not. I took the Dolphins.
You did not. You said Kansas City in the text. Check the text. This is going to be
another Europe controversy on the show.
I will not get blamed for saying the wrong thing today. I know I was right.
No, he said Miami.
He did? God damn it. Never mind.
Big Web, you said Miami.
Oh, well, it sucks for you. You're losing.
No, I'm taking them. You got a whole quarter left.
-1.
I also took them in Big Web's best bet of the week.
They're also down by 7. Good luck.
We're down by
We're
21.
getting 7.5. How many? Check Big Web's best bet of the week.
Not enough time. Not enough time. I don't think there's enough time. What did you take them at? Are they in your Big Web's best bet parlay today? Or this
Yeah,
week?
we teased them like 7 points or something. You got to look on the screen. I'm not there to defend myself.
I don't need to look on nothing. I got a million screens over here. You look it up.
Ask some of my buddies.
Where'd you
Platty
send
Daddy.
it? Some of my
He just
buddies.
cut out there. Yeah, had some of my buddies on there. I believe he took
Platty Daddy.
He's just yelling names at this point.
He's like one of the Barstool guys, like, 'cause he has his own Big Web army. Ask some of my buddies.
Platty Daddy. We'll check it later, but I mean, yeah, this is big this week because Big Web got once again annihilated in the comments because he hasn't been hitting any, but also because he took 5 teams at plus 200. That's some heavy favorites. If we can't hit on plus 200.
You're over to 0. You picked it over to 0. You transferred over to 0. Who the fuck cares? It's a point. Play the fucking games.
All right. Well, they're waiting for a win. That's all I'm saying. They're just waiting for a win.
It's coming right now. Miami Dolphins are going to start it right now.
Platty Daddy says, "Where'd you go, Big Web? Where are you at today?"
Platty, I'm at the lake, buddy. I'm on vacay. A little nice weekend away.
There you go. Little nice vacay at the Lake of the Ozarks. All right, let's go ahead and get to our picks for this week. Again, if you guys are new to the show, you guys are involved in the pick'em here. So pay attention. Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, YouTube. Make sure you guys pick. So we're going to go through these picks, put the spreads out. In the very end, I will monitor the chat along with Zook's help, and we will mark down who you guys have. So again,
I need a napkin or something.
oh, we got it up here. I can just put it in the old spreadsheet
all right.
myself. We'll be good to go.
All right.
So, do you mind being? Well, actually, I got line checks. I think we should be good.
All right, you got line checks. I will do the chat.
All right, sounds good. Let's see. We have first Seattle at the Baltimore Ravens. Last time I saw the Ravens are minus 6.5. I'll double check. Zook, who do you got?
You know, I went back and forth. This is one of the good games that I do want to watch today. I'm going to go ahead and take the Seattle Seahawks to cover this spread. You know, I think Baltimore's a really good football team. For whatever reason, those points worry me even at home. They are one of the few teams that I feel like hasn't had a major letdown like against a good team.
Yep.
They've, you know, stubbed their toe. I think they lost to the Colts earlier this year. They've definitely been inconsistent. So I feel like this is maybe one of those games. Maybe they win the game, but it's going to be really close throughout. Seattle has a really balanced offense and a good defense. So I'm just going to take the points with the Seahawks.
Big Web?
I'll tell you what, Lamar Jackson is 17-1 versus the NFL. He don't get to see, but I don't care. Too many points, too many damn points for Seattle.
All right. If you heard that, Seattle's the pick.
We need to do like a translator, like on Key and Peele for him. Seattle Seahawks, God damn it! Who cares?
Seahawks, who cares? Move it going. All right, so Big Web's got Seattle. I got Seattle. Nick has Baltimore. Audience, who do you have? I'm also going with Seattle. I think it's too many points.
I need to read.
It's just kind of one of those games that, to me, just...
Baltimore.
gonna,
Audience has Baltimore.
Okay. I think it's going to be a close one, definitely a 3-point game, so I'm going to go ahead and say Seattle, but the audience is going with the Baltimore Ravens. Next up, we got Tampa Bay at the Houston Texans. Houston minus 2.5. Zook.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and take the Houston Texans in this one. This is a game I don't feel great about. Tampa Bay's looked pretty bad the last couple weeks. Generally, when a team does that, they turn it around. You know, it's a week-to-week league. But I think that Tampa might be fading this year. They were a fun story in the month of September. But I think the Houston Texans, I think these teams are kind of going in different directions. I think the Texans are pretty well coached. They've got a good young core. I think they're going to get it done at home today.
Big Web?
Houston lost to the Panthers. Unbelievable. But Stroud only had 140 yards. He's in 76.
Houston. He's got Houston. Next up, we have... I can't hear anything you're saying. I heard Houston. Next one we got Nick has Houston. I might be on an island. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Bucks today. I think this game's too close. It's just one of those things
close.
where
Kind of a coin flip.
it is 2.5. The spread's not really there for a dog, but I think they could win the damn game outright. So I'm going to take Tampa in this one. I think it's kind of a weird, crappy / good game. I don't really know what these two teams have. Audience has, I've seen back and forth, a little bit of both, actually. Let's flip a coin. Tampa. Audience has
All right,
Tampa.
audience has Tampa.
Next one, we got Dallas at the Philadelphia Eagles. Last time I saw Philly is -3 points.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles. I think Dak Prescott's like 3-0 in his last 3 against Philly. But if you look a little deeper, I think that stat is a little flawed. It was like week 17 when Philly emptied the bench and, some other games against some backups. So I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. They haven't I think Jalen's clearly like banged up and not completely right, but A.J. Brown is a freak of nature. The Cowboys like to play a lot of man coverage, and without Trayvon Diggs, I think that's going to hurt them today.
Big Web?
Did you hear me?
A little bit. It's just in and out.
All right. Dallas. It's going to be a very good football. Can't wait to watch it. Dallas in the points is the pick here. These guys are going to meet again in week 14, I think. But give me Dallas today.
Well, he changed it. Wow. Okay. Dallas. Helps us out, actually. No clean sweep.
No clean sweep because the audience is on Philly also.
All right. So is Nick, and so am I. I think Dallas is still not for real.
Believe it when I see it, man.
They're definitely they're a good team. They're just not at that level, really. Philly is one of the best teams in the NFL, maybe the best in the NFC. They're at home, big-time divisional game, big-time rivalry game, only a 3-point spread. I'll take the push on this if I have to. Philly's going to win this game, and I think they have a good chance of covering.
The other thing on this one is Dallas. I'm sorry. Philly played. They let Washington score too many points. Their defense gave up 31.
Yeah, they did.
But Dak hasn't been consistent. That's the thing. You can always trust Philly to at least be on it at some point in the game. Dallas, I've seen some duds this year. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
The other thing on the Washington game too, Big Web, like why I discount that a little bit is like similar to what I said about the Lions being tough. I think, before they trade away half their defensive line, but they had those guys in that game. Like, the Commanders' defensive line and team is tough also. They're not that talented, but they're also tough. So I think they match up well with Philly. I just don't know if Dallas does. I know Deron Bland has played really well too, but I think their back end's going to have a tough time today.
Yeah, I agree. Dallas is outmatched in this game. We'll find out if they beat them or, if it's, like I said, a field goal game. I'm willing to take the push here because I think there's no way Philly loses. But if Dallas beats them in Philadelphia, then yeah, they're legit. I'll change my mind on it. But kind of like Zook said, I'll wait and see. Next one, we got the last of the top 4 matchups. Sunday Night Football. Buffalo heads out to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Big time game tonight. 2.5 is what I got. Bengals -2.5.
I'm going to go ahead and take Cincinnati in this game. This is going to be an emotional road game for Buffalo. Obviously, they're returning to the site of the scary, Damar Hamlin.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even know that.
And it's on Sunday night again. I think that the game they played last year was either on, I think it was on a Thursday or a Monday. But regardless, it's a primetime game again. So you can bet that the emotions are going to be running high in that one. I just think from a pure football perspective that since he is playing a little bit better football
100%
than Buffalo is at the moment, Joe Burrow is he looks healthy now, and the guy is fucking legit again.
Yeah.
I read that since their first early week struggles, he's completing almost 80% of his passes.
It's insane.
Something crazy.
Yeah, you knew it'd come back at some point. It's just I'm shocked at how long it took, but they're back. They're legit. They're contenders. Big Web, who do you got?
It was tough to daddy button today, but I did. They got a tough schedule stretch right here. Frisco last week, Buffalo. But like Zook said, I think Burrow's on a roll. I think Cincinnati's starting to play football. I'm going to ride the way here.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead. Well, Nick's going to take Buffalo. I'm going to go with the Bills, too. I said on Weber Wednesday this week, I said whoever is the underdog in this game, I might end up taking because I love... Either way, it's just, I think it's going to be a close game. 2.5's tough as a dog, but To me, I think Buffalo could be better than Cincy. Cincy could be better than Buffalo. This is a big-time game to
Very
decide
evenly
who's
matched,
who.
right?
100%.
And two flawed teams. Like,
Yeah.
if you guess the fucking records going into the game,
Yeah.
like you would never guess. Like 4-3 Cincy, 5-3 Buffalo.
Yeah,
like that's
insane.
nuts.
And it's one of those games where it's kind of not a prove it game, but it's like who stands out. Who is this really going to be a back and forth shootout? Is one team going to dominate the other? I don't expect that. So for that reason, I'm going to take Buffalo, who I think could be the better team, plus 2.5. This is so close. It's going to be a really hard game, but I'll take the Bills. What do we got with the audience? Cincinnati, I see.
Yeah, they like Cincinnati.
All right, Cincinnati. So me and Nick are alone on the Buffalo Bills. Next up, we got the Toilet Bowl game of the week. Very interesting matchup. The New York Giants, the G-Men, head out to Vegas. And the Raiders are minus 1.5.
You did the G-Men, but you didn't do the Raiders?
The Raiders. Sorry, I missed it.
I'm going to take the Raiders. The Raiders. I actually think that the Giants are like the slightly better football team, but I'm giving the Raiders the one-game interim coach bump. Did you hear all the rumors this week about how the players were like going out to dinner with Mark Davis and telling them how bad Josh McDaniels sucks?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Totally
and
lost
they're
faith in him?
like playing basketball in the locker room, just like chilling out, basically like a big weight's off their shoulders.
Yeah,
like
they totally lost faith in him. So, yeah, I think you're going to see them play a lot better. Mark Davis sending some messages. I actually like what he did. Like, I mean, he told people to get the fuck out. There were pink slips being handed out left and right this year. So, this week, rather. So, I think that you're going to see a rejuvenated Las Vegas team.
Yeah, agreed. Big Web?
I disagree. I think the Giants are in disarray. I don't see them doing. I think the Giants are a little better football team than the Giants.
Are you going completely different from your text? Like everything you've done is complete opposite. Unless I'm looking at and just seeing different names. I had you as
I can't
Vegas.
look at my phone right now. I took
Here. I got it, Big Web. I got it.
I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just losing.
I think you wrote it down wrong.
Did I really? God, I went completely opposite.
he has Giants on here.
Okay, let me.
I had Dallas also.
I understand. I changed it. Maybe I was looking at Nick Yale's picks. I don't know. I'm going to go through them at the end to make sure I got it all right because I think I'm all fucked up here. All right. Nick has the Giants as well. I'm going with Vegas. To me, this is a massive game for them because of the fact that they got Josh McDaniels out of town, their GM out of town. They have talent on that team. It just has not shown because of how in disarray they are. Adams throwing his helmet last week, just pissed off. I mean, to me, this is one of those things where it's just, they're just going to go play the game of football. They're just going to go play football. And by the way, they're at home and they're against one of the worst teams in the NFL, and the Giants. I hate the Giants. Daniel Jones coming back actually hurts them, in my opinion. So give me Vegas minus 1.5. I think it's a good pick. Audience, I believe, is also going with Vegas.
Audience is on Raiders. I can't fucking talk today.
It's okay. I can't. Apparently, I can't read teams.
My brain just is not working.
I think I just like blacked out halfway through putting down Big Web's picks and just like saw my own vision and put it on there. I don't know what happened there.
You're trying to help him out.
No, I was. All right, we got the dogs of the week. Zook, what do you got?
Okay, so before we do this, I want to say something to the audience. Put in your favorite underdog ATS into the chat.
Yes.
We've had we've struggled on I think understanding that the last couple weeks. So put your favorite dog in. The most votes for that underdog or the most that we see will get the pick. If it's like tied, it's the first one I read.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so my underdog pick of the week is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. They're catching 4, I believe, TJ. Line check on that.
Let's check that out here.
On the road against the Atlanta Falcons and Desmond Ridder. You know,
plus 2.5.
Wow, so the line has really moved in the direction
a lot.
of the Vikings.
Yes.
Goodness fucking gracious. So I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings. Even with Jaron Hall, I still think that they're gonna play hard and cover the 2.5. I don't like it nearly as much as it was when it was at 4, like literally last night. But I'll still take it.
Big Web.
You know, I want to take the Jets. They're playing the Chargers. The Chargers are weak on pass defense, and Zach Wilson is weak as a passer. We know that, but why not take him against a weak pass defense? Let's take the Jets here as the dog.
Where the fuck was I looking? I was putting his picks down. I don't. Oh, you can't do it. You can't. Jets are minus 2.5. You can't do it.
Minus 2.5.
They're minus 2.5. Vegas. Oh, I'm looking at November 12th. Good.
Dude.
Big Web. TJ and I are falling apart
Just
in the
losing it
studio
over
right
here.
now.
Good Lord.
This is entertaining, though.
Jet-
I'll tell you.
Oh, my
Jets play on
God.
Monday night against the Chargers.
Plus 3.5. Okay.
Woo! I was gonna say if they're minus against the Chargers, I might need to change a couple picks here.
I was like literally going to do the storm off bit, and I realized how packed I am in here. I'm hitting posters behind me and all kinds of shit.
You're gonna compound it, make it worse.
I'm telling you, 3.5 the Jets are getting. Nick is taking the Rams. Where are the Rams at? They are plus.
I think they're plus 3.5, right around there.
4.5 now.
Plus 4.5.
4.5.
Wow.
Wow.
People are on the Packers late.
So here's my story. I am taking the Rams plus 4.5. I hate it. I hate it because this is I have parlays everywhere with them this week because I bet it Friday because I didn't know the Stafford thing. It's bad on me, but it's also bad on fucking Missouri for not having sports betting. Yes, fucking Missouri. So I'm going to take the Rams still because I have so much on the line with them today. I'm still going to root for Ripien or whatever the fuck his name is.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the Packers haven't won in like a month.
I know, that's why I took them, but I thought Stafford was going to be playing. Anyway, I'm taking the Rams as well. Audience, what do you guys have for
I think they like the
underdog?
Vikings.
I see Vikings. I see Bucks. Yeah, this is tough. Yeah, you saw Vikings? I think Vikings is
I
the
saw
pick.
Vikings first.
Okay, Vikings is the pick. Zook is the commissioner today on the pick'em for the audience, so you guys got Minnesota plus 2.5. And then finally, we have the locks of the week. I know that Big Web had Miami, not Kansas City.
What's the score?
14-21 still.
Yeah, still 21-14. Zook, what do you got on locks?
I took Kansas City, so Miami's making me sweat a little bit. Big Web, if you liked Miami, why didn't you just pick them as your dog? You just didn't want to double down?
I did not want to double down.
Okay.
Okay, good enough.
That's what no.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I knew it was a tough spot, so I didn't want to double it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just usually find if my favorite pick of the week is a dog, then I like being able to pick a favorite in the other slot.
God, you could have got Kansas City doubled up at +1. That would have been wild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, anywho, hey, Big Web, in your best bet, do you need him 7 or 7? Is 7 push or is it 7.5?
I think it's 7.5. T-Web looked that up.
I'll look it up later when I don't have 85 things going on. But Mikey said +6.
All right,
He said
I
teaser
can't-
was +6.
Okay.
I'm fucking around. You're good. Nick has the LA Chargers as his number. Let's see. The Chargers. where
Audience,
they at?
put in your favorites.
-3.5. Yeah, audience, please put your locks in the chat right now. But the Chargers are -3.5. I'm doubling up on Vegas today. I really think this is a good spot for them. I hate the Giants. I think the Giants are one of the best teams to fade in the NFL this season. So give me Vegas. I think they win this game outright. I think this is a no sweat bet for me. I like that, right? No sweat bet. Yeah.
No sweat bet. That might have to be a thing.
The no sweat bet.
Yeah,
Vegas.
that might have to be a thing.
8-0 on locks. That's all I'm saying. 8-0 on locks.
That's true.
See what happens.
That makes me feel good as somebody that also picked Vegas.
100%. Audience, let's see what you got. We see Vegas. I
see Vegas.
Vegas that's it. We see
Vegas.
All right. Vegas it is. -1.5 for our pick'em.
A lot of Vegas.
A lot of Vegas. I love it.
A lot of Vegas for a team that just fired like their entire coaching staff.
But it's like kind of the whole like, you know, the Antonio Pierce thing reminds me of Jeff Saturday last year. Like they weren't good with Jeff Saturday late, but he won the first game, I believe.
No, he did. I think they actually. I mean, they were way more competitive with Jeff Saturday.
It was an upset, I believe. That I forgot who they played, but I remember the first week they shocked the world, and then they absolutely sucked the rest of the season. But to me, it just makes sense this week. Like, you know, they'll have enough firepower. I can see Devontae being a decent DFS play today.
One of the guys in the chat said Devontae Adams legacy game incoming, and I think that might be right.
I think you're right on.
If
for that.
Aiden O'Connell can just get him the fucking ball.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. I think O'Connell is a smart play for them though, because at the same time, first of all, Jimmy
Agreed.
G's looked awful.
Horrendous.
So bad. And then also, why not take a shot? Give this kid an
Yes.
absolute starting job for the rest of the season.
You're already out of it.
Yes.
See if you catch lightning in a bottle, and maybe you've got like a cheap quarterback on contract, like a Brock Purdy situation for the next 3 years.
You never know. And he lit it up at Purdue. He's got a cannon, and now he's got weapons around him. Like, we'll see. Maybe with him knowing that he's got the job like for the rest of the season, which I'd imagine is the plan, that they said moving forward he's the guy, then maybe he'll play lights out. Who knows?
I think Mark Davis, like, kind of like that. He made that decision for the coaching staff. He goes, "No, we're not playing. No more Jimmy G.
He's out. We've seen plenty.
I think if they could release Jimmy G, they could. They would. You know what I mean?
Pay
Like,
him?
'cause
How
he
much did
was-
he make?
Oh, way too much.
Yeah.
But that was like a Josh McDaniel thing because of the history with the Patriots.
So bad.
It's
so bad. Are they still playing? They're paying him and Gruden still for like
I'm
a
pretty
while?
sure. Well, Gruden was like a 10-year contract.
Oh, good God.
Unless they tried to like fire him for cause because of like the NFL thing.
Yeah, I don't know how that all worked out. I just know that I saw they're paying a lot of money for both those guys to not coach anymore.
And I don't think they did fire him for cause because I don't think Mark Davis even wanted to shit can him. He got caught up in the Dan Snyder investigation. They weren't even investigating him.
That's right. That's right. Your thoughts are welcome here on FromThe50.com. You can tune in here on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Big Web's Miami bet sweating out a little bit.
This game's getting interesting.
It's
Where
in
they
range.
at? Where they- I can't see nothing.
They're on the 45 Big Web with 5 minutes left. Oh, that's not great. They were marching with like 5 minutes to maybe go tie the game. It was 2nd and 16. He just got sacked for like 10-yard loss.
The odds for Big Web leaving this early to watch the rest of the game is minus 10,000. Like, he is no way he finishes the show. Not a shot in hell.
Boys, enjoy yourself. Thank you. It was a great time. Loved it. Be good.
Wait, best bet. Do you have anything with best bet today?
We have it. We put it in Wednesday, but I don't have it in front of me, buddy. I can't put
Okay,
it.
I didn't know if you had a Sunday thing too. I just didn't know if you had another one. So
Yeah, exactly what I put. Knock Miami out of it and take it.
okay, sounds good. Great, Big Web. Big Web, drive safe. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, that's Big Web on the phone lines. You guys can call in from the50.com. Hit the call button from the50.com. It's me and Zook. The rest of the way through, you can put in your fancy questions and whatnot, and we'll just talk some balls. I'm talking ball with the boys.
You know what I do want to give Big Web a shout out for?
What's that?
Guy was on vacation at the lake. Mm-hmm. You know what my dad would have said if he was a member of the show and was on vacation?
Yeah.
Tell me to fuck right off. He would not have been.
A lot of people do.
So,
Nick Yale does it every week when he's just hungover. Zach Zook came in like head pounding and gave some great takes last week.
Oh, dude, we were.
2 weeks
that
ago.
was.
That brutal.
Just gave me like the shivers.
I've never seen you in such bad shape. And then you told me what you drank, and I go, "Oh, brother, oh wow." When I was in college, that would have been way more.
we had some fun.
It was
we
good.
had some fun.
What were you rocking with again? It was like you had like a bottle.
Well,
of
I
wine
had
or...
like the little like gift bottle, not like the shooter, like the really little shooters, but like sort of like the gift size versions. I had that of like the Maker's Mark.
Oh yeah, like,
So
the little pints, or I don't know what you call them.
I pre-gamed with that, like watched like the rest of like the Michigan game, and then there was another pretty good college football game on that I watched the rest of. I think I watched USC lose. That was cool.
Yeah.
So then went to the party, and they had a keg of Busch there. So naturally, several
of those went down.
Several solo cups of that, and I think I had. Now I forget. It's all fuzzy, but I had a couple other. I think like shots. They had Jello shots there, so naturally I partook in a.
God, you did go full college. The mixing, like, what do you got? Jello shots? Bring them on.
Yeah, whatever.
What do you got?
Yeah, and that's I think what really makes the hangover 10 times worse is the mixing.
But you were here. I mean,
I was here.
Nick Yale, sad about your Mizzou Tigers, but not here. You know, big time book it sports guy.
It was rough.
He's out, you know.
That was like the latest I think I've stayed up in a decade.
Yeah, I bet. You said you got home at 5 a.m. or something?
It was rough.
That's not something there.
It was rough.
That's interesting. Let's see. User 401322 says pick 2, flex and wide receiver 2, Nico Collins, DK McLaurin. McLaurin for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'd go DK.
Yeah, DK McLaurin I think is your best bet there.
I know DK like in terms of fantasy just hasn't quite lived up maybe to the hype, but I think he's a damn good football player.
He is. Yeah, he's legit. I'm going to go ahead and I think that's the right play. Scary Terry's been actually pretty consistent on my fantasy team the last few weeks. They kind of were not looking for him, or they had too many guys, like too many cooks in the kitchen, basically. Like Dotson hasn't had a great year. Curtis Samuel's still on that team, but like certain guys step up at different times. The good news is Sam Howell is slinging the rock. I mean, that dude's throwing the ball like 40 times a game, I feel like, at that point.
Yeah, I don't know like totally if he's the answer there, but in terms of fantasy, we love Sam Howell.
We love Sam Howell, yeah. And over on receiving yards, passing yards, like they suck as a team. They're going to let Sam throw the damn ball. It's interesting. How do we feel about the Eagles game? That's from that kid Sid.
We like the Eagles.
Like the Eagles a lot.
Yeah.
Cowboys just
Big Web likes the Cowboys, but
I'm in a little debacle. I have a lot of guys on bye this week in fantasy.
yeah.
I have Cowboys defense, number 1 defense in fantasy. I want to sit them this week. I can't drop anybody. I can't. My bench is so packed with people that are on bye, and then anybody I would be willing to get rid of are in my lineup this week. So I can't do anything.
It's
I'm
tough.
stuck. Yeah,
I had that a week or two ago, and I'm telling you, I was this close to dropping Najee Harris.
Ooh.
Because this was the week McCaffrey was hurt and maybe wasn't going to play against Minnesota.
Yeah.
And so I thought about picking up Jordan Mason because he was still out there. Nobody claimed him. I couldn't believe it. And, of course, McCaffrey ended up playing, so I'm glad I didn't do it. And now Najee
is having a couple good weeks.
Still not good, but he's at least found the end zone. So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. But it's tough, dude, to weather that storm.
So he was one of those guys. I think Miles Sanders is getting to be one of those guys now. Like,
yeah.
Do you drop him? Am I going to regret this?
I've got another one for you. I've got frickin' Alexander Madison. That guy's, like, losing his job, too.
But it's so weird, though, because Cam Akers isn't really doing anything to, like, become the starter.
Well, we'll see what it looks like today. I think it's going to be a pretty even split going forward. But you would think that they're going to run the ball more with like Jaren Hall and eventually Josh Dobbs.
Do you think Dobbs is going to be the guy Jaren Hall is going to kind of, I don't know, just as a backup kind of fizzle out a little bit probably?
Yes, because they gave up a pick. They're not going to give up a pick to have him be the backup. You know what I mean? And Josh Dobbs, like you and I have been kind of locked in watching the games together. I think you and I, we both kind of like Josh Dobbs got a little shit to him.
He's got a little something to
frisky.
him. He's a little frisky, and he had to stack with Marquise Brown. I mean, Zook was the biggest Josh Dobbs fan week 8 or 6 or whatever it was.
It was the week he finally started sucking ass. He had 3 or 4 23-plus point games in fantasy in a row. I play him. He gets 5.
Just throwing dots to Marquise Brown, and Zook goes, the stack. It was fantastic. It was great.
The fucking shit stack.
Yeah, that's right. Gus or Chuba Hubbard or Stevenson, PPR. It's from Dev. Is Chuba?
Dude,
Chuba
Gus has been
today.
going off.
Has he?
He has been. Yeah, I think you got to play Gus.
Yeah, Gus is probably the smart play. Stevenson also. With Zeke, it's just week by week. Zeke has been getting in the end zone, not in the last 2 weeks, but before that he was pretty consistent. It's just you can't trust New England.
Their offense isn't good enough to support both of them.
Agreed.
So I don't know. I think they're both just pretty average.
Speaking of not being productive on offense, my tight end parlay of the week includes the great Hunter Henry this week. Tight end parlay for week 9, Zook. Plus 3,847 with 3 tight ends. So we have Hunter Henry.
Are you worried about going back to the well with Andrews too many times?
I'm not. He's been consistent. He's probably my shoe-in. You always have to have a shoe-in guy every week. Last week, we went 2 or 3. Well, Komet let me down.
So far, good on you for keeping Kelsey out of the tight end parlay because he has not done much in this game.
If T Swift isn't there, I'm not taking him the rest of the season.
I think that's honestly, I know that there's a lot's been made about that, and then people groan. I think there's something to it.
It is. He's not playing well. He knows it. He knows his numbers are going down. He's had interviews about it. The NFL loves Taylor Swift. I'm shocked they didn't fly her to Germany. It's not like she has anything else going on, obviously. She's not the biggest superstar in the world.
Can I tell you about another stack that I have since you love my
I love the stacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I traded Jerry Jeudy a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
For Josh Palmer. So
Herbert Palmer connection?
The Herbert Palmer connection. I've been rolling that out the last couple weeks. I can't now because he's hurt.
Yeah. He hasn't done much, though, has he? He has done, nothing. Quentin Johnson's starting to come on a little bit.
No.
Not really?
Well, he did okay. I don't think he's been awesome, but it's been okay.
Good.
That's great to hear.
It's been about as good as the Marquise Brown and Dobbs stack was for me.
Hey, you get one good week out of it, gets you a dub. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
it's worth the Josh Palmer Herbert stack. I like that. Which stack would you rather have throughout the season? I guess now that Dobbs is on a different team, I'd rather have Herbie and Josh Palmer. But I don't know.
Right. In terms of the third world country stacks, that I think I would prefer over the Cardinals.
What's the grossest stack that you think somebody has in fantasy? Like a Baker Mayfield, not Chris Godwin. That's not too bad.
Honestly, there's somebody out there was stacking probably Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah,
that's a pretty gross stack.
I have a gross one today. I have Derek Carr and Michael Thomas. It's not. I mean,
that applies. Yeah,
that's in the running. It's in the running. Oh, Aiden O'Connell and Jacoby Myers today might be in the running.
That's a pretty gross stack. Except Jacoby at least has been good.
Yeah.
To have a truly ugly stack, you need a flex / bench level guy with like a like a bye-week fill-in quarterback.
Yeah, no, I see that. Victoria says, "Is Puka playing or do I bench him?" Do we know if Puka's in today?
Puka, I saw, like, I'm always up late enough to see the Adam Schefter tweet storm at 1 a.m. He said Puka was anticipating to play. Stafford, they didn't think he was.
Good.
Going poo-poo in the cuckoo.
Yeah.
You got that one fast.
I just got that last week. I got another one. I really want to save it, but I kind of I got to let it go
Okay,
in
all
the
right.
conversation. I'll let you hear it after the show.
Okay.
It's pretty great. You guys get
Puka
involved.
Nacua officially active 51 minutes ago.
There you go. But no Matt Stafford. Stafford out. I mean, I go back to the Twitter machine. Stafford, I last saw he was questionable. For some reason, they will not put him as out or doubtful. But he.
Burt Ripien will start a quarterback for the Rams against the Packers. Matthew Stafford will be inactive.
Son of a bitch.
Sarah Barshep.
Thank you, Sarah. God bless you.
Yep.
Winged Helmet Wildcat says, "Love the Packers gear rep." There you go.
Thank you, dude. Thick and thin. And this sounds like maybe is this a Wolverine fan too? Winged helmet?
I think it looks like a Michigan fan, yeah. I
Brother.
see the M in the back.
Yeah. Normally, I have a very fun fall rooting for those two teams. This year has not been great.
Speaking of the stack, though, I mean, there you go. Green Bay, Michigan. That's a fan stack there.
That's a fan stack. Yeah, me and this guy. I mean, need to have a beer or something.
I don't know if anybody else besides me and my brothers have the fan stack that I have. Lions, Cardinals, Blues. I don't know if anybody has that. There's got to be another Lions fan around here
That's
somewhere.
a rare stack. I got one for you. My college roommate, Colby, who has participated in the show, he has the weirdest combination of teams that you'll ever see.
He's got Minnesota Vikings. I know
Minnesota
that.
Vikings. He likes the Carolina Hurricanes because he lived in Raleigh for a couple years.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, it's already weird.
He likes the Miami Marlins.
Oh, good God.
That's a random one. He's
Yeah.
been rooting for him since like junior high, so I don't know.
That's fair.
And I'm trying to think. I don't think he really has like an NBA team. He just kind of roots for players, but yeah. But then in terms of colleges, we're from Normal, so and he used to always go to the Redbirds games, so he likes the Illinois State Redbirds.
God.
Yeah,
he's
a
all
weird-
over the map
that's
there.
a weird
How do you
stack.
keep track of like what team? Like, I'm a Dolphins fan. No, I'm a Marlins fan. Vikings fan. Like, it's like, holy shit.
Well,
dude.
so his reasoning for all of them except for the Marlins makes sense. Like his dad was a big Vikings fan.
Okay.
But the Marlins is just, I think they got like Jose Reyes and he thought that they were super cool.
It's fair. I mean, hey,
like
we
that
all
stuff.
have our stories how we became fans. People ask me how I'm a Lions fan all the time.
Like
but,
how Big Webb thought that the Browns were cool.
yeah, I don't understand.
Now that one
at
blows
all.
my mind.
Still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Of all years too. Like, it's just whatever. I don't know. I hope he stays with them though. I like the fact that he has a team now. I hope he stays with the Browns because once you lock in, you have to stay. You know, like I'm even to a point now with the Lions. A couple of years ago, the Rams or St. Louis and the Rams had that litigation going on. There was a rumor. Nothing to it at all, that St. Louis would get a team out of it again. I said, how do I do that? I love the Lions, but if my home city gets a team again, do I become a fan of that team? I don't think I can, Zook. I'm
think,
locked in.
Here's the thing. I think that you hope that it's an AFC team, and then you can do the whole AFC, NFC
There you
thing.
go, yeah.
So
then they meet the Super Bowl, then you're really fucked.
right,
but
then you've got to pick. Like you've got to pick a 1A, 1B. But I think that you can have kind of like be a
secondary.
fair weathered like second team. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
fair.
I kind of do that with the Cardinals, and I kind of do that with the Blues now.
Yeah, sure. Because you have an interesting stack yourself. I'll be
do.
honest with you. Because you are a Packers fan. By the way, the Zook family, football fans, wild. All
Yeah.
NFC North, all different. I know your dad's a Lions fan. You're a Packers fan. And you're
My dad, I don't really respect his fandom because he will switch.
wow, Greg Zook getting some shrapnel.
Well,
here.
and I kind of understand it. Like he was a Lions fan for a really long time,
Yeah.
and then after like the 0-16, he was like, "Fuck this."
He locked- he's out,
like, I
yeah.
got to start doing. I'm gonna start rooting for the Bears, but the Bears are like also terrible.
Yeah,
so like I think he'll kind of just pick like whichever team's like a little better. But actually, even then, like the last like 10 years, there's still not a lot to root for. But so now so whatever team's doing well. So he's a Lions fan this year.
okay, so he's fair weather guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no.
kind of roots for
Mr.
both
Zook.
of them. But I'm like, you can't do that when they play. They're like division rivals.
Now, will he be pissed hearing you say that? Like, would he agree, you think? Or is he like, no, fuck that. I've been a Lions fan forever. Because I feel like...
he will say that because he has been a Lions fan forever.
Yeah.
But then when they've been horrible, he'll root
checks
for the
out a
Bears.
little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He'll kind of root for the local team.
Yeah,
But
division
I
rivals
just don't think
tough.
that works. Like
That's tough. It's like me rooting for the Packers. Like,
Yeah,
when
you
the
just
Lions...
can't
you
do
can't
it.
do that. No. you
now, I
can't do
will
that.
say that like Lions Packers at least like that of the other three teams, I hate the Lions by far the least.
See, I hate the Packers the most. I don't
because
know
it-
because of Aaron, because of the success that I
Yeah,
think.
right,
but
exactly.
of all the three teams, I think I hate the Vikings the least. But if I want another team to be good in the division, it's the Bears. I like when the Bears are good. I don't know why. I would love for the Packers to suck forever. It's just part of, I don't know why. I just feel that way. The Bears can be okay. Josh Beckinsale, Vikings all day. Yeah, well, I don't really love the Vikings either, but I truly hate the Packers and Aaron Rodgers' stupid face still. I don't know why.
My hate list in the North is Bears number 1, obviously. Oldest rivalry in the NFL.
Yeah.
Then Vikings. Hate them too. And then Lions.
Lions, yeah.
The way you are with the Bears is kind of how I am with the Lions. I don't mind seeing the Lions be good.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But your fan stack real quick. We'll get back to fantasy questions in a second. Sook's got Packers in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's got the Red Wings for his hockey team. He's got the White Sox as his baseball team.
That's been tough.
That's crazy though. Like, how do you go like Chicago, Detroit?
Well, so
like,
my entire mom's side of the family, real quick history lesson, the Zach Zuckalore episode, apparently this is. So my entire mom's side of the family's from Michigan. So, like, I've been going to Michigan games. Like, we used to go to the Labor Day game always, like, from week 1. They used to take me up there, and we go to Ann Arbor, like, every year.
Okay.
So I've been watching Michigan games since I was, like, 5. I've been a Packers fan since I was, like, 3 or 4, because my babysitter that would always watch me, like, me being able to watch myself, or like being in like
they were
second
Packers
or third grade.
fans too.
They
Okay.
were big Packers fans, and so she actually did it to piss my dad off.
Oh, that's good.
But my dad's like, no, like you want to root for them, you be a fan. And he's like, you're
locked in. Yeah.
He's like, you're locked in. And luckily the Packers were pretty awesome at the time, so it was a pretty easy choice. They had Brett Favre, but yeah, I think Miami just lost.
Yeah, Chiefs just locked it in. Bad snap on 4th and 10, not ideal. So Chiefs will cover. Congrats to you on that one.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the Red Wings and the Michigan Wolverines. That's because of the family connection.
Okay.
In Michigan, the Packers was from the babysitter, and then the White Sox was we would always go up to the South Side and watch games in the summer because it was a lot cheaper to go see the White Sox than it was to go see the Cubs. And so me and my best man at my wedding, we would go with our family friends, so like we would go up there all the time and watch kids. So I've probably been to like 50 plus White Sox games.
Shit, yeah, it makes sense then. All the connections make sense. It's just,
but no, it's
an
weird.
interesting mix.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a basketball team either. I don't really watch the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's like somebody was saying too. It's just funny. They're like, well, I don't know. I've always been a Lions fan, but if they're shit, I want them to lose for draft picks. That's every fan base. I would do the same thing. Like,
I'm struggling with that this year though. Like, I know that we need to like lose, like try to get like a quarterback or like Marvin Harrison Jr. or something on the team. But like I can't root for them to lose on Sunday. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to do.
Every time they lose, I'm like, God damn it.
The card. That was good. We'll clip that one. I was like that with the Cardinals this year. Cardinals, we knew right away that they were just done, not going to make the playoffs. I'm like, I want them to suck so someone gets fired. I want them to suck so they go out and spend a ton of money.
That is
like
the
something
thing.
like that.
Like, I need the Packers to suck at least bad enough to like realize like Joe Barry ain't it.
Make changes. Yeah. Just do something drastic at that point. All right, anyway, we're talking fandom. I know a lot of people are just watching the football game. We might get some last minute people here, but we'll answer your fantasy questions here on From the 50 on TikTok and on Instagram. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's see, Zach Moss or James Cook today. That's from James.
Also, too, I got a fun one in the chat. Tell us your weird fandom stacks if you've got them.
Yeah, let us know. Mine, again, I said St. Louis with baseball and hockey. I got Blues and Cardinals. Then I got Lions as my football team. Zook's got Detroit Red Wings, Green Bay Packers, Chicago White Sox. Can you beat that?
Yeah,
That's
can you beat
interesting.
that?
It's all
we
Midwest.
got some weird ones.
But can you beat that?
Yeah.
Let us know what your stack is in the chat. Lockett or Moore at flex? That's from Ryan. Oh, did we not answer the
to answer
one?
other guy. No, because I interrupted you. So James Cook.
We've done that so many times in this show's history. James Cook, yes.
And then I go Puka.
Puka, it's Lockett or Moore.
Oh, fuck. I read the wrong one. Puka or Olave. There you go. Long way. I'll go Puka.
Puka or Olave will take Puka. Lockett or Moore, I will go ahead and go DJ Moore
Yeah,
today.
me too.
Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, got to bench one. Bengals are really playing good. He hasn't had a breakout game yet,
No,
though.
they're playing good, and he's been nowhere to be found.
Who's at quarterback for the Browns right now? Is it still...
It's Deshaun this week.
It is Deshaun?
Yes.
Man. I'm going to go ahead and bench T. Higgins. I might be crazy.
I would too. I would too.
God, he loves Cooper when he's in, so that's interesting. Winged Helmet says Packers, Red Wings, Tigers. That's not too bad. Two Detroit teams in a Milwaukee. So
He's same as dude. Me and this guy got to meet.
Yeah.
He's same as me. Just probably grew up going to Comerica instead of White Sox games.
And it's wild that he's not a Lions fan. He's like all Detroit and then no Lions. I guess just the way the fandom has gone the last 25 whatever years. I get it. Patty says sit one. Cooper, Puka, or Ford?
Oh. Going poo-poo in the cuckoo.
That's going to be one to use every week. God,
Ford.
Let's see. I'll probably go Cooper Kupp, or is that Amari Cooper? That's Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I'd sit Ford.
Oh, sit who? Okay, sit Ford. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Kenneth Walker or DK? It's from AJ.
Ooh, I found a way to play both of them, but
Yeah, I
Kenneth
agree.
Walker.
I'll go Kenneth Walker. I'm sitting Puka, so wow, they're really not trusting Puka Nacua today.
He had a bad game last.
And no
last
Stafford
game.
and banged up. I guess I get it. So Nico Collins or Rashad White at flex. That's from Hazed.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Nico Collins today. Question mark. They're playing each other.
I'd go
Nico
Rashad
and
White.
Rashad.
I'll take Rashad.
You got a better chance, I guess, of Rashad getting in the end zone than Nico
against
Collins.
the Texans. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
Bucks
hate
can't
it.
run the ball though either. So
Vince says Higgins, Stevenson, or Nico Collins. Gonna stay away from Stevenson. I think I'm gonna go Higgins out of those three.
me three. Me also.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's been bad. I mean, you've known me a long time. Has it ever been this bad?
No, but it's hilarious. It's the best. Me three. Me two. Jesus. Let's see. Sean says Godwin or Jacoby. I'm not liking Myers with all the offensive changes.
Godwin's actually been pretty solid recently.
Has he?
Yeah.
Evans has been kind of quiet, right?
And that's why I think Godwin has been solid.
Okay. On fire today. I'm gonna go with Godwin, but I think I think Vegas has a good day, but I think Devontae's the guy on that team today. I think he's gonna have a bounce back game. Austin says Jones, Hunt, or Robinson Jr.
Man, I think you got to go Aaron Jones. Homer pick. I keep believing that this is going to be the week they actually give him more than 8 carries.
If Ford is actually out, I would go Kareem Hunt there, but I understand the Jones play. He hasn't done anything this year.
It's not because he's bad though. Like,
yeah, is he still productive in fantasy, like as far as receptions and stuff? Or?
No, not really, because they just have limited. I think he's been on a snap count since like the Bears game.
Okay, yeah,
because he missed a couple weeks and then they came back and he's been getting like 8 touches a game.
Their offense is just so brutal. They
frustrating.
can't do anything, so they're keying on him probably because the rest of the offense has been
Yeah,
shit.
when he's in there. Yeah, I mean, it's like they keep running A.J. Dillon, who has like 3 yards per carry. It's a joke.
All right, we got about 10 more minutes of fantasy questions. If you guys want to call in last minute, you can from the50.com, from the50.com, and you can hit the call button. I got to get to the sponsors real quick, Zook. I've been so locked in on our conversations that I forgot about our sponsors.
It's the mark of a good show right there.
It is a mark of a good show, but we can't forget about the sponsors. Sharps, the better social network. Sharps with a Z. If you ever want to have a social network that you can also track your bets with, interact with the sports betting community, Sharps is the way to go. You can connect to all major sports books, including BetMGM, FanDuel, DraftKings, you name it. You can get involved. You can put your parlays down, share memes with it, videos, pictures. You can interact, like other people's posts, dislike them, comment, talk shit, back your picks. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a really awesome platform they put together. It flows well. It's really easy to maneuver, put your picks down, keeps your records and everything. It's a great tool for you if you're a sports bettor out there that enjoys social media and the aspect of being involved with other bettors. The Better Social Network, Sharps with a Z. You can go on my website right now, WeberBets.com. It's WeberBets.com. Hit Join WeberBets on Sharps. You go right there. It helps the show out if you use my link. You can join right now today and get involved. Put your bets out. Let's talk shit. Let's have some fun on there. The Sharps app, Sharps with a Z. And finally, Parlay Play. DFS platform for player prop parlays. I just got my first cash out actually last week with Parlay Play. It's very quick, happened in less than a day. Went right to my account and was ready to rock and put some more plays down. So it's a fast-growing daily fantasy sports platform with a specific focus on player prop parlays. If you join via the link on FromThe50.com or when you sign up, use code FT50. You get $5 of free play just for signing up with our link, and you also get a deposit match up to $100. Once again, that's Parlay Play, proud sponsor of From the 50. All right, more fantasy questions for the next few minutes here, and then we'll log off and get ready for Week 9 of the NFL. Kelsey had 3 catches for 14 yards. Lord and me. It's from Dale.
I internally laughed at that one, Dale.
And they still won.
Feel you on that one,
They
man.
still did pretty good on offense. I don't know what. Yeah, he's been just very off, man. Like maybe if you don't have a trade deadline in your fantasy league, which I believe it already passed. If you do have a trade deadline, we don't have one anymore. Maybe trade for Kelsey. Maybe that's somebody that you go after if you're a playoff team or trying to push for
last
playoffs.
2 weeks have been rough, at least by his standards. I think he still had like 8 points, which would be good for a normal tight end. But 3 for 14 yards.
Brutal.
Wow.
Absolutely brutal. By the way, again, in typical From the 50 fashion, I mentioned one of my tight ends on the tight end parlay earlier, and then we trailed off. Tight end parlay for week 9, plus 380.47, plus 3,847. Mark Andrews, Hunter Henry, and Dallas Goedert. Those three. Mark Andrews, Hunter Henry, Dallas Goedert, plus 3,847.
Really like the deep cut with Henry.
You got to go with the deep cut.
It's not. It's like a deep cut, but it's not too deep that it's just. It's a donation.
It can't not hit. Like, this is not too deep where it can't be possible.
Yes, right.
Yeah, because honestly, the Patriots offense has been bad overall this season, but he loves going to Hunter Henry. It's his guy.
Henry
So
scored touchdowns.
it's not even about. It's about opportunity. But you find some of those guys that are top targets in the red zone. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
I just need the Patriots to get in the red zone a couple times. Give me a shot. I like Mark Andrews and Goddard because those are pretty solid too as well. But last week we went 2 of 3, missed on Cole Kmet. That sucked because he actually had a really good fantasy week. A lot of targets from Badgett, just could not get in the end zone.
Yeah.
So
Tough times.
you hate to see it. Puka or Olave from Long Way. Puka, if he's in, Puka. He's in. That's what we've been seeing. I have Jake Ferguson for this week, but should I pick up Jonnu Smith, Higbee, or McBride?
Ooh,
That's a
maybe
tough
McBride, but like they just like traded the quarterback, so like I'd roll with Ferguson. I think.
Yeah, I think Ferguson's a good play as well. Singletary or Downs for my flex, please. That's from Jake. Where the hell is Singletary? Is he Texans?
He is because Damian Pierce has like
He's
been
out, right?
No, he's playing. He's just
shit.
not good.
Oh, okay.
They can't run the ball, so like it's turned into a committee.
Okay, so I'd still go Josh Downs, I think, right?
I would, yeah. I try to stay though that backfield. Like there's a couple of them in the NFL every year. Like that's just a stay away. Like there's about 5 or 6 backfields you just would really rather not have any part of, and that's one of them.
Jones or Gabe Davis at flex. That's from Austin. Aaron Jones or Gabe Davis at flex.
Ooh.
I'd probably go Gabe Davis there.
Yeah, I mean, they've actually been similar players in a way this year. Like Jones hasn't had the high end yet, but like Gabe could get you 1 point, he could get you 25.
Yeah, he's one of those players that you have to have. Not always score a touchdown. He's been productive at times, but
Usually in the big games, I like him to catch a couple big passes.
at least one touchdown. I think it's worth it if he gets in the end zone to start him over Jones. But I say that now, and then the Rams defense won't be able to stop Aaron Jones. It's just that's the NFL. But I would take Gabe Davis. I think it's the safer play. Let's see, Puka or Godwin PPR. It's from Liam. Puka for me.
I think I'd go Godwin on that one.
John says Puka or Cooper. I'm gonna go with. I'll still go with Puka. I think.
I'll go with Puka too, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad at you either way if you decide to go Cooper over Puka Nacua.
Douglas or Higgins today. It's from Griffin. I forgot who Douglas plays for. You got to tell me again who that guy
New
is.
England.
New England.
Demario Douglas.
Yeah, I'm going Higgins.
I called him
still.
Harry Douglas earlier.
He retired in like 2013. Played for the Falcons. Like, Harry Douglas is back? Shocker. Wow.
They trot him out. He's like 50 years old.
Throw him the ball. See what happens. I'll go Higgins there. Lockett or Gabe Davis. That's from V. I'd probably go Lockett.
Yeah, me too.
That's probably safer. Liam, you're welcome, man. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. If you guys are brand new to the show, hit the follow button. We're live on Instagram for the first time. I know our audience numbers were a little bit down today, but that's what happens when you got early football.
Yep.
It's the way it goes. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in that have been here the entire time. If you want any more questions, we'll answer a few more here, and then we'll sign off and get ready for our games here at noon. Who do I start for my running backs and flex? Stevenson /White /Cook /White /Bryron /Lockett /Jesus. So you need 3 players.
I would go
Jesus.
Cook. I would go White, and then I would go. What do you think, Lockett or Myers? For flex?
I'd go Lockett probably.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
there you go.
I disagree with Zook. There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot. I actually was able to sift through it. Maybe my brain's starting to work again.
Well, I see White twice. There's no other White besides Rashad White, right?
I don't think so. Maybe he was listing off the flex options.
Maybe like Harry Douglas, James White's back from retirement as well. Alfonso Martinez, Colt Kmet or Taysom Hill? Colt Kmet, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's been a top target for Tyson Badgett. Edwards or Flowers? That's from Drew. I'm gonna go with.
I'll go Gus Bus.
I'll go Flowers. Garrett Wilson or Kenneth Walker and Flex? That's from Canyon.
Kenneth.
Garrett Wilson, I feel like could have
Really?
a day tomorrow. I don't know why. I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson.
Man, that's a no-brainer. Isn't Murray like an RB1?
Yeah. My thing is Walker is like
Or Walker, rather.
Walker's
sorry.
going up against the Ravens. I feel like they have a decent run defense.
Yeah, no, they do.
I'm going Garrett Wilson. I mean, the Jets don't have much else, I feel like.
They don't.
That's the thing. Okay, I'll go Garrett Wilson. Cup or Collins? That's from Coach. Cup. Definitely Cup. Chuba, Donta Foreman, James Cook, and Singletary start 2. That's from Alex.
That's a tough scene, brother.
Yeah.
James Cook for sure is your best out of those. And then I'd maybe go Chuba.
I'll go Foreman and Cook. A couple more. Henderson or Stevenson from Johnny Henderson. Rams are in shambles today as far as no Stafford, no what's his nuts starting running back.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams. So I would go Henderson today.
Yep.
2 more. Let's see. Pitts, Downs, Dell. Start 2. It's from user 481. I'm going to go with Dell and Downs.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if
Dell
I
and
can,
Downs.
I don't know if I can trust Pitts right now. I just
can't.
can't trust the Falcons. And then finally, let's go with it's Gavin. Start 1. Nico, Chuba Hubbard, Henderson, Moss. Wow. Start 1 out of those 4. Nico, Chuba, Henderson, Moss? Who's Moss?
I think
Zach
Moss.
Zach
I think you got to go Henderson still. What do you think?
Yeah, I would go Henderson. I think he's going to get a lot of workload today. Rams need to run clock and play a
Again,
running game.
Packers defense is bad.
Yeah, that's the other reason. Packers defense is bad. Rams don't have a passing offense much today.
Their run defense is bad, and they just traded Rasul Douglas.
I will say this. I still have been saying Nakua or Cup all day because, I mean, they are the main weapons there.
Well, you know what's crazy? I think the Packers can still win today, but I still like all those guys
Yeah, I know.
for the Rams in fantasy.
Packers could surprise people. That's why I hate that they're in a million parlays, but that's what happens when you don't see the injury updates last minute. All right, guys. Nick has a really good one. He's praying to us. Let's see. What in the hell?
Charbonnet,
Yeah, I don't even know his name.
Royce Freeman,
Charbonnet's with
Seahawks.
Okay, I thought that was the guy with the Cardinals.
No.
Royce
That's
Freeman.
DeMarcado is with the Cardinals. Royce Freeman, backup on the Rams
Trey
currently.
McBride,
Trey
half point
McBride.
PPR. Pick 2.
Pick 2 of those.
Oh, flex or pick 2.
Flex or pick 2. I would say if you're asking me for the 2, I'd go actually Charbonnet and McBride. For the flex, I would actually play Charbonnet.
Okay.
He's looked better. He's second back, so like the opportunity is very limited. But in a game that you could potentially see like more third downs, like TJ's saying, the rush defense is better. You could see him get a little bit more involved as a change of pace.
That's my thing though. Is Kenneth Walker being there? Like, has he been getting enough carries to give him a shot at fantasy?
Not
like,
really, but like let me like pull him up real fast because I made you guys want to hear about my worst fantasy pick of the year?
Yeah.
Well, I picked Najee Harris in the 3rd round. That was pretty bad. But a couple rounds later, I came back and got Alexander Mattison over Kenneth Walker. Really, really bad pick.
Yeah, that's tough.
But the reason I did that was because they had picked Zach Charbonnet in the 2nd round that year. I thought they didn't pick him in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
To have him just not play.
Right.
So
Agreed.
he hasn't really had the impact or taken away the work from Walker that I would have thought. But last week had 5 carries. It's about like 5 carries a game. Had 53 yards though on those 5 carries, and he's also getting involved in the passing game. He gets a couple targets a game. So like I think he's just getting enough like action to be viable. as,
Okay,
like, a
so they're
flex
kind of
play.
waiting for a breakout game.
I think he's
time
lower
for him.
end like flex play, and he's definitely like his upside is completely limited by Walker, which is why like when they made that pick in April, I didn't fucking understand it at all.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Because he's a good player, but he's just not gonna get the run.
All right, we'll go real quick. I want to answer as many as we can. I know I was shutting down, but let's just try to get you guys some answers here. Let's see. Pitts or Logan Thomas? I'll go Logan Thomas there.
Me too.
Pollard or DJ Moore? I'm going DJ Moore.
Yep.
I don't know who to start. I got Terry, Nico, Puka, Zach Moss, and Olave. Jesus.
I think you got to play like Terry and Terry and Puka.
Yeah, you going 2 there? I would go Terry and Puka as well, but if not, I'd just go Terry. I have Royce as RB2 and McBride as flex right now. It's from Nick. Yeah, I'd probably keep that. I think that's the guy that asked the question earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's smart. I don't know who your other running back options are.
I can't remember, but I would have played the other running back over Royce maybe. But yeah, I don't hate it.
I don't know who. We already read that. Gus Edwards or Aaron Jones? I'll go Gus Edwards today.
Yeah.
Need tight end, PPR, McBride, or Pitts. I think Pitts is a safer play, but I don't love it. Let's see. Foreman or Elliott? That's from Josh.
Foreman safer.
Foreman's safer. He's going to get more workload. Let's see. Try to answer them all real quick. Foreman or Elliott? We did that. DJ Moore or Scary Terry from Danny?
DJ
Moore, 100%.
You got to play DJ Moore. You just got to.
Yeah, I'm starting them both actually today. Start 3. Downs, Puka, Garrett, Nico. So drop one of those, Zook.
Nico.
Yeah, I'll drop Downs.
Yeah.
O'Connor or Toon? O'Connell means.
O'Connell, for sure.
Definitely O'Connell. I think Vegas actually has a decent day today. Henderson or Harry Douglas from Austin?
We're just leaning into that one.
I know. No, it's a good one.
Henderson.
I'll go Henderson. Let's see. One more. Gus Edwards or Aaron Jones. I think we already answered it, but we'll answer it again. Gus Edwards. All right, guys, that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome show today. Appreciate it. I know we had some issues with Big Web's connection stuff. He's on the road today. Nick Yale off, but next week will be a little different. I think Zook's going to run the show. I'll be on the road. Not sure if I'll be able to tune in or not from the road, and then obviously we'll be back normal for a couple weeks, and then when we get to December, I think it's December 12th is the Sunday, or December 11th, I'll be in Chicago for Lions and Bears. Hopefully I'll be able to go live from Soldier Field. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
But we'll probably have to have Zook and the boys run the show from here. So those are some of the schedules going on for the show. It's just the way it works with the way everything's going. But we'll be live. Try not to miss any weeks this week. We've been consistent. Appreciate you guys being consistent, watching us this season. And make sure you follow our channels at FromThe50.com. For Zach Zook, I'm TJ Weber saying so long. We'll see you guys next week. Good luck. Peace.